Hello. Uh, Welcome back, guys. This is Thursday, our March week 3. Hello, guys. Wow, so many of you. Okay. Yes, how are you? Hello, Rui. Hi, Kaijun. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, Arun. How are you guys doing? Hi, Jinning. I got a new shirt. No, it's not really. Hi, Henry. It's not a new shirt. It's my usual essentials shirt. I ran out of shirts to wear. Hello, Isaac. What orange? What orange? Okay. So let's continue with our chapter 2. Okay. And let me guess, you guys should be quite tired because it's your first week of school. Wow, I tell you, this week of my class, everyone is so damn freaking sleepy, right? Those of you who sleep at 2 or 3 during the holidays, now the thing came full circle and bite your ass, isn't it? Hmm. All right. I hope you slept early. I hope you slept early. I hope you get your sleep cycle back to normal. Right? If not, it's gonna be hell. All right. Anyway, so last week we finished this, We finished this, have we? All right. I did mention what is your deoxygenated blood, remember? And they will go to your alveolus. Sorry guys, my internet is not very good, I guess, because my yeah, it's not very good. So sorry about that. You guys okay? You guys can hear me now? You guys can hear me now? Because I'm in Puchong right now, and Puchong here has been raining for a few hours. And usually after it rain, the thing will be a little bit right. Can okay, cool. Okay, so I did mention what is this last week, huh? Okay, and you remember what is your hemoglobin? Remember what is hemoglobin? I hope you do. That's the thing inside your red blood cell that helps you take your oxygen. Why am I at Puchong? Because my physical class is at Puchong today. Uh, okay, right. So anyway, remember the 4 characteristic of your alveolus. Wow, you speak like you work in office, yeah. Why do you sound so old? Right, so your alveolus has 4 characteristics. Remember, they are thin, okay, 1 cell thick. They are moist. They have a large surface area, and they have a network of capillary. Guys, remember these 4? Very important, Please memorize them because we are using it later. Okay, the 4 characteristics that you need to know. Yes, I agree. I agree. And three of us are using the same Wi-Fi together. Okay, Qinghua is in another room and Youyang is in another room. So 3 of us are sharing the same Wi-Fi. So you do expect the thing to go a little bit bumpy. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about 2.3 today. Yeah, my hotspot is not any better, you see. That's why. Right, let's talk about 2.3 today. Today's lesson will be a little bit interesting because we will learn about real life stuff. Okay, today we'll be talking about real life stuff. Okay, how does your respiratory system work? Sorry, not. Okay, what are the diseases? Okay, so let's look at harmful substances for our respiratory system. Okay, guys, the most harmful thing that you can put into your lungs is and this thing will use quite a lot of your money. Not vaping, but the cousin of it, which is cigarette. All right. Cigarette is something that I can never understand. It costs you money. It doesn't make you any happier. It makes your health considerably worse. Right? So I seriously don't understand people who smoke. Okay. Besides the fact that some of them think that they look cool. Sorry, no, you don't look cool with you smoking. I'm sorry. If you look like Chris Hemsworth, even you stand and pee, you will look very good one. But if your face look like who's a very ugly person, if your face look like the gremlin, your even you smoking, you will not look any better. Oh, why you hate on her though? I said, okay. Anyway, so cigarette, okay. The first thing inside, why is cigarette worse? I'll explain it later. Okay, so cigarette, the most dangerous thing in cigarette is the tar. Okay, it's the tar. How does smoking reduce stress? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. You see, okay, guys, any of your parents smoke? Any of your parents? I'm sure most of your dad smoke. If your dad or your mom doesn't smoke, good for you. Okay, good for you. But you see, smoking is something that I can never understand because your parents will tell you not to smoke, right? Smokers themselves will tell you not to smoke. You see, you see the irony here? You see the irony here? It's like you can't do it because I say so, but I can do it though. Okay. When he met you, oh, that's sweet, Isaac. That means your dad really cares. Okay. How do you stop them? You throw their cigarette away. Okay. I mean, guys, there is no way to make a smoker stop unless they really care. Okay, unless they really care. Because guys, let me say this lah. Smokers, they are one of the most selfish people in the world. Okay, they are one of the most, they are the most selfish people in the world. Because not only they are endangering their health, they are using the secondhand smoke to screw everyone around them. If that's not selfish, then what is? Right? Kena score, Okay. But it's okay for us, but it's not okay for us to do it, isn't it? But it's okay for them to do it. You see, this hypocrisy is what I cannot. Right? If you say you can't do it because I don't do it, I'm cool. Right? But if you say you can't do it, but I can do it, that is tyranny. That is tyranny. What's the difference between you and Xi Jinping? Right? Are you the Chinese government? Okay. All right. So anyway, so tar. Okay, what is tar by the way? What is tar by the way? Tar is the thing that you use to pave your road. So inside cigarette, the main thing is the tar. Oh, oh, 他戒掉了. Wow, then, wow, actually good for your dad. Seriously, good for you. Okay. So anyway, so tar will cause lung cancer. Tar will cause lung cancer. It will kill all the cells in your passage. Okay, your trachea, everything they will kill all the cells, and they will make more mucus. That's why smokers they cough. You see, smokers they have a lot of phlegm, right? Because of the tar. Right, guys. If you take the tar away, you still have 5,000 types of chemicals in a cigarette. Is it 烟草 No, no, no. This is 焦油。它是焦油，拿来铺路的那个焦油your cigarette tar. Okay, yeah. So you have 5,000 types of chemicals inside. So what are they? So you have your cadmium. Just to tell you for fun not coming up for exam. Cadmium is in batteries. Cadmium is in batteries. Why would you smoke something in batteries? Right? Acetone is your nail polish remover. You know what is cyanide? Cyanide is a very poisonous gas that they used to kill the Jews in World War II. Yeah, methane is flammable. Arsenic is rat poison. Arsenic is rat poison. And you know what is nicotine? I'm sure you know what is this. I'm sure you know what is this. This is the thing that causes addiction, right? Why is cigarette so addictive? It is because of the nicotine. Okay, guys, nicotine, put it this way. Nicotine is a lot like caffeine. Caffeine. You know caffeine? You know coffee? Coffee makes you awake, right? Nicotine, they basically does the same thing. Okay, it does the same thing. They make you awake. So that's why people they tell you that nicotine makes them more energetic. It makes them more awake. That's the reason. All right. So guys, you know what is nicotine candy? You know what is nicotine candy? If you want to quit smoking, but you are very addicted to this nicotine, you can buy this nicotine candy from pharmacies. Right? That means maybe you, okay, let's say you smoke 1 pack per day. The pharmacy tells you, oh, to replace that 1 pack per day, you have to eat 6 nicotine candies. So you eat 6 every day. And then 2 weeks later, you reduce it to 5. And 2 weeks later, you reduce it to 4. And you slowly taper off your nicotine dose so that it's less, it's more bearable, better than you like quitting cold turkey. It's cold turkey. That means if you quit cigarette like straight, that is cold turkey, right? Not everyone can do that. So that's why they have something called nicotine candy. All right. So guys, vaping, right? Vaping, right? Okay. So let me explain vaping. Is vaping really better? Because the point behind vaping, right? You see, cigarette has like 5,000 chemicals, isn't it? But at the end of the day, smokers, they don't want that 5,000. They only want the nicotine. All right, because this is what they want. The rest of it is just extra harmful stuff. So why not? Why not? The concept behind vaping is, why not I just take the nicotine out? I just take the nicotine out. I put it in some kind of vegetable oil. And then I heat it. I heat using electricity. I heat the vegetable oil so that they become vapor. They become oil vapor. I see vapor. They become vapor, and I inhale the vapor. I'm only getting the nicotine. Okay, no other extra chemicals here. So theoretically, it's healthier, right? It's healthier, right? But that is just in theory. That is just in theory. Because you see, guys, extra info, extra info, they realized that because these 10 years, 10 or 20 years, vaping has been really common. It's becoming more and more famous, or infamous, should I say. Okay, it's becoming more and more common. So they realized that a new disease started to come. Okay, a new disease, they start to approach. What is that disease? It's called popcorn lung. Okay, it's called popcorn lung. So they are like, why is this thing happening? Okay, what is this, by the way? What is this, by the way? It's the inflammation of your alveolus. Your alveolus becomes swollen, right? Even now, you see your bronchial also swollen. So the doctors were like scratching their head. What is happening though? Because as it turns out, when you heat this vegetable oil, it becomes something of an irritant to our lungs. Our lungs don't really agree with this thing. So you see, is vape any better? In this case, no, because it makes your lung a little bit more worse, I guess. Sure, it doesn't cause you cancer, but who knows? Who knows long term this vegetable oil will cause you cancer, right? Because currently, there are not enough researchers to prove that. Because you see, cigarette has been around for 100 years and 100 something years. We have conclusive studies to prove cigarette is harmful. But vape, nobody knows. It's very inconclusive because it's still very new. Right? Guys, if you take time machine to go back 100 years ago, people used to think cigarette was healthy too. Do you know that? Do you know that? People used to think that cigarette is healthy because according to people's logic, cigarette comes from tobacco. You know, tobacco is a type of leaf. How can something from a plant be harmful? You see, this is the concept, right? If it's from plant, then it must be healthy. But turns out, no, it isn't, right? So guys, don't buy into that stupid organic shit. Don't buy into that stupid organic shit. Oh, organic means healthy. Cigarette is organic, what? Do you smoke cigarette? No, you don't, right? So if you ask me, sir, is vape healthier or is cigarette healthier? Then I would gladly ask you this question. Which hurts more? Getting bitten by a shark or a crocodile? Right? So you would say, sir, who is stupid enough to compare? Who is stupid enough to try them both? Exactly. Right? Right? It's like asking you which tastes worse, cow shit or dog shit. Why are you eating them in the first place? Okay, so the best is not to smoke both. Problem solved. You save money, you make your health better. What's that? What's not to like about that? Okay, if you really care about your family, you will stop smoking. I said it and I say it again. If you care about your family, you would stop smoking, right? Because my dad died because of cigarette. Okay, and he left a huge debt behind, which I had to start working at 13. Right, I was a single parent kid. My sister was 6 years old. Okay, so if I were to talk to my dad, I would ask him, can you please don't make our lives so much worse? Right? So yeah, smokers are very selfish. Okay, there I said it. Okay, if you really care about your family, you wouldn't endanger your family like that. Your dad used to smoke. So he stopped, then kudos to him. Kudos to him. Oh, hi, Shijian, by the way. I didn't see you there. You're so tiny. Okay, anyway, so what is your carbon monoxide? What is the carbon? Okay, guys, you know this is a poisonous gas, right? You know this is poisonous gas, right? You know what is carbon monoxide poisoning? You know what is carbon monoxide poisoning? Your hand is hurting. What's up? Oh, what injection? The HPV, the HPV, the cervical cancer one, Is it the cervical cancer one, or is it the tetanus one? The tetanus one? Was it tetanus? Yeah, it's from vehicle and it's from cigarette smoke also. Okay, guys, please take note here. Please take note here. You remember what is hemoglobin? This is what we learned last week. You remember what is hemoglobin? Remember, hemoglobin, they will take oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin. Remember? And then they will go to your body cell, they will release the oxygen to you. But here comes, right? You see, what happens to carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide, they will bind to your hemoglobin. Again, they will bind to hemoglobin and they will form something called carboxyhemoglobin. Okay, carboxyhemoglobin. Guys, this thing is very stable. Very stable. That means they won't break up. They won't break up. When carbon monoxide marries hemoglobin, they become carboxyhemoglobin, they will never break up. So if they don't break up, now your hemoglobin is occupied. You see the problem now? You see the problem? When your hemoglobin is occupied, you cannot transport oxygen. You see the problem? Okay, you know the oximeter, the one I told you last week. If you sit down and you do nothing, you put the oximeter on your finger, what do you see? What do you see? How many percent of oxygen is it? Remember? 90 something, right? 90 something. Okay, you can actually try this. You ask a smoker to do that, or you can do it yourself. Clip the oximeter on your finger, you should see 90 something, right? As you start smoking, because smoke has carbon monoxide will occupy your hemoglobin. As you start smoking, the SpO2 level will start dropping. It will drop to 90, 80 something, 80. It will start dropping. So when it starts dropping, you know that your hemoglobin is being occupied by the carbon monoxide. You cannot transport oxygen. Okay? You guys cool? Are you guys okay? Shijian, are you okay? You disconnected there. Right? You guys okay? You guys okay? Why are you guys so quiet today? Are you guys okay? Say okay, cool. Right, so this is how carbon monoxide poisoning happen. Hemoglobin, yeah, it's in the blood, it's in the red blood cell, Isaac. It's in the red blood cell. Okay, like I said, the red blood cell, if you peel away the skin, that's the hemoglobin. Oh, eating, okay, then okay, good. Better than you falling asleep. Okay, so this carboxyhemoglobin, if you just keep getting the carbon monoxide, if you keep getting in the carbon monoxide, you will keep having more and more and more carboxyhemoglobin. This is how you die because of carbon monoxide poisoning. Okay, this is how you get carbon monoxide poisoning. Right? So come. Teacher Eddie's Kill Yourself 101. Remember last week I taught you how to kill yourself? Come, here's another way to kill yourself. To get carbon monoxide poisoning and kill yourself, very easy. Close close yourself in a room without window, block off any entrance or whatever. Okay, close off everything, and you burn a bunch of charcoal. You know, in Mandarin we say 烧炭自杀, that's the meaning lah. Okay, if you watch K-pop, you know who is Shiny? Okay, the member of Shiny called Jong Hyun, he killed himself because of this. Because of carbon monoxide poisoning. So as you burn something, you create carbon monoxide. And if you close yourself in a room, the carbon monoxide has nowhere to go. You absorb all the carbon monoxide, then you die. Right? This is equivalent. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Right. So this is equivalent to sleeping in a car with the engine on. You remember, I don't know whether you were told this, but they say you sleep in the car, you have to shut off the engine. If you keep the engine on, the engine will produce carbon monoxide. And if you switch on the aircon, it will blow the carbon monoxide into the cabin. You will slowly die. Okay. Also one way to kill yourself. Also one way to kill yourself. And guys, if you really want to kill yourself, I suggest this method because this is mess free. This is mess free. You see, you jump off a building and you splash yourself on the floor. The person cleaning your body will be like, this motherfucker give me job to, you have to clean off the blood, everything. But you see, this is mess free. You are completely attached. You are in one piece. Okay, if you jump from 30th floor, you are in pieces. Rest in pieces, am I right? And less painful. Yeah, yeah. Technically speaking, yeah, yeah. How come if awake won't die? Because okay, when you're awake, you know you'll get carbon monoxide poisoning. Okay, guys, how does carbon monoxide poisoning feel like? Carbon monoxide poisoning, you just get dizzy. When you get dizzy, it's a lack of oxygen, then you know it's carbon monoxide poisoning. And what's the dangerous part? Carbon monoxide has no color and it has no odor. You don't know whether you are absorbing the carbon monoxide or what. Are you not dead? Because you have oxygen coming in. What? You have oxygen coming in. Your room is not fully closed, is it? With the engine on. Wow, with the engine on. Wow, then how you don't do that? Please don't do that. Or on highway. Okay, when you're on highway, there's wind blowing into the engine, isn't it? And there's wind blowing to the exhaust, isn't it? The carbon monoxide will get left behind. So if the car is running, it's fine. But if the car is still, then it's not fine. Okay, because there's moving air. You get me? Okay, you get me? So guys, memorize this. Carboxyhemoglobin. This is how you get carbon monoxide poisoning. Wow, more ways to kill yourself. Right, moving on. So, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, these are acidic gases. As you learn them in geography, when they dissolve in rainwater, you will get. What happens when acidic gases dissolve in rainwater? What do you get? Yes, you get acid rain, right? So this thing, they are acid, right? So they will go inside your lungs and they will irritate your lungs. Or you can say they will corrode your lung tissue. Mengakiskan tisu peparu. They will corrode your lungs. So you get these from a little bit from cigarette, but most of it is from vehicles. You get most of it from vehicles. All right, and the last one, haze, dust, and pollen. These are not really that big of a problem unless you're allergic to it. Right? Anyone here allergic to dust? Okay, because I am. I'm very allergic to dust. And what about pollen? If you're allergic to pollen, you cannot go to any garden with flowers because you start sneezing like non-stop. Because you're not your nose doesn't agree with it. So am I, Shichen. So am I. Jeez, don't be so edgy, will you? Okay, so haze, these are, I'm sure you know what is this, lah. I'm sure you know what is this because this usually means holiday, right? This usually means holiday, right? You bastards, I know. Right? You bastards, I know. Whenever the AQI, the air quality index, whenever it goes above 200, yes, holiday. Okay, they will be announcing there's no school. Have you ever thought of people with breathing problems? Right? You heartless bastards. Right. Anyway, so there you go. These are some harmful substances in your body. Guys, focus on cigarette, focus on cigarette because this is the biggest problem we are trying to tackle right now. right? This is why you see in the last 10 years you don't really see cigarette advertisements around because many countries they are blocking it already. Your friend got asthma. Oh wow, speaking about asthma, right? Let's talk about diseases, shall we? Let's talk about respiratory diseases. Huh? Why eat watermelon can die leh? What's the logic? Okay, so you know what is asthma lah, guys? Remember I explained asthma? How does asthma occur? You remember? I mentioned this 2 weeks ago. What happened when you are having asthma? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, I know. What's the explanation? How does asthma happen? Anyone? It's the closing of something. And what is it? Okay, remember what is this pipe? Remember what is this pipe? And what is this pipe? And what are these pipes? I know cannot breathe. No shit, Shijian. Be more specific, please. Right? That's the trachea. That's the trachea. Can you see trachea and bronchus? They have these C rings. Remember? So will they close? Will they close? Will the trachea and the bronchus close? They have the C ring, right? So will they collapse? Will they collapse? No, they won't. No, they won't collapse. They won't collapse. Hey, I mentioned this last week. Okay, they won't collapse. But what about these bronchial? What about these small bronchus? Will they collapse? Yes, they will collapse. When one of it collapse, that is your asthma attack. Okay, cool. We learned this before. I say this again. Your bronchial here, your small bronchus, when they collapse, that is what we call asthma attack. Okay, so you're born with this. Okay, you're born with asthma, and usually they go away when you grow up, when the muscle strengthens, when the muscle of your bronchial strengthens. Okay, next, you know it's bronchitis. You know it's bronchitis. Okay, come. Extra knowledge time. Extra knowledge time. Whenever you have the word itis, whenever you have the word itis, it means swollen, inflammation. You left band? You mean you left the band? You mean you left your school band? Why? What's up? Isn't it a good thing? Why did you leave it? Too stressful? Okay, anyway, so inflammation, inflammation. So what is bronch? What is bronch? Guys, what is bronch? What is bronch? What part is this? Okay, then that's a good thing that you quit. Yes, this is your bronchus. Okay, this is your bronchus. So bronchitis means swollen bronchus lah. Means swollen bronchus lah. Take a class, you mean come back to attend class, is it? Oh, that means if you go school band, you cannot attend my class, something like that. Okay. All right, so swollen bronchus, come. Extra info for you. Remember I say derm, what part is this? What part is this? We learn this. Not just your face, not just your face. Yes, that's your skin. Yes, thank you. So what is dermatitis? What is dermatitis? That means your skin is, yes, swollen, inflammation. Skin inflammation. That means you have red rashes on your skin. Dermatitis lah. Whenever you see the word itis, it means swollen. No, not pimple. Like you get a rash, right? You touch something dirty, you got some infection, and then you get itchy skin. That's your dermatitis. Not pimple, not pimple, not pimple. All right. So that's your dermatitis lah. So anyway, how did you get bronchitis? Bronchitis is when your bronchus is swollen. Why would they get swollen? Because you get something inflammatory into your lungs. Your lungs doesn't agree with something that you put into it. Like for example, cigarette. If you are very allergic to cigarette smoke and you smell the secondhand smoke, you will get bronchitis, right? Or it could be dust. It could be maybe you stay nearby a cement factory, they produce a lot of cement dust, and then you smell it in, then you get bronchitis. Okay, cool, cool. The symptoms are all the same. You all have shortness of breath and coughing. Yeah, should do whatever that makes you feel better. I agree. I agree. Nothing is more important than your mental health. Okay, next, emphysema. You know what is this? You know what is this? Guys, if you manage to get this thing, it's actually an achievement. It's actually an achievement. Okay, why do I say so? You remember what is your alveolus? You remember your alveolus? And you remember how wide our alveolus is? Do you remember? Our alveolus total area, how wide is it? Do you remember? It's as wide as a tennis court, right? As wide as a tennis court, right? And you remember 2 weeks ago I said, how do you make it even bigger? How do you make it even more? You exercise. And how do you reduce it? How do you reduce the alveolus? How do you pop your alveolus? Yes, you smoke. Right? Guys, if you smoke for so many years, if you smoke for like, let's say 40 years and you smoke so many cigarettes that all your alveolus are gone, okay, maybe your alveolus is like half left or less than half left, all your alveolus is already gone, you only have half left, you're like only one lung left, you get emphysema. No, you won't die. You won't die. Yes, exactly, Aaron, that's my point. You see, usually people who smoke, they will get cancer first. Okay, they will get cancer first, right? But if you smoke to a point that you don't get cancer, but you get emphysema, damn son, that's an achievement. I really have to clap for you because that's amazing, right? That's amazing. It's like, okay, put it this way. It's like you drink 10 beers and drive every day. You drink 10 beers and drive. What's gonna happen? You're gonna crash and die, right? But after drinking 10 beers every day for 30 years, you still haven't crashed and died, but you die because of liver failure. Wow. Isn't it awesome? For me, I think it's an achievement, right? Because think about it. What are the odds? What are the odds? It's pretty much impossible. Guys, I've heard cases, this person doesn't smoke, but just by the second smoke, in 10 years, he already get lung cancer. So that's why you might say, sir, why haven't I heard emphysema before? Because neither have I. I mean, in real life, I have never heard emphysema before because this itself is a freaking achievement, right? So, shortness of breath, you're feeling tired from even doing a light task. Guys, people with emphysema, emphysema, even walking to kitchen and get a cup of water, they are panting already. You see how serious it is? You're just walking to the kitchen, you already there. Okay, so people with emphysema, they cannot even get down from the bed. They are forever bedridden until they are dead. Right? Isn't it an achievement? You smoke your way to broken lungs. Isn't it amazing? Right? I mean, it's something that you shouldn't do, but hey, if you are there, what can I say? But you live a good life, right? You had all the cigarettes you want, and yeah, your lungs are pretty much your lungs are pretty damn tough, right? Because you didn't even get cancer. Amazing, isn't it? Right. So guys, these are the diseases and these are the things that will harm your lungs. Any question here? Any question you want to ask? Guys, focus on this. Whatever I tell you to highlight, please memorize. Okay, you guys cool? You guys cool? Guys, I won't pressure you to study, but I hope you do it by yourself. Okay? I'm not Qinghua. I won't scare you one. I know he's very scary, right? But I very foresee one. I mean Taba one. Okay? You want to study, you study. You don't want to study, it's okay. Okay? Yoko. You mean Yoko Ono? Please don't speak. Please don't talk about that horrible lady. She's freaking horrible. Okay? Is it how you say Why would you use Yoko to? Who's Yoko? You guys know who is Yoko Ono? Okay, guys, go Google Yoko Ono singing. And please be warned, your ears will fucking bleed. Okay, go Google Yoko Ono singing. She was the ex-wife of John Lennon. You know the Beatles. You know the Beatles. Uh, Basically, she got him killed. Right. So go and search Yoko Ono singing. That's all I'm going to say. And viewer discretion is advised. That's all I'm gonna say. Right. Anyway, so let's talk about the experiment of smoking. Okay, guys, you'll be doing this experiment in school, I hope. So what is this? This is your smoking simulator. Wow, sounds like a game. Okay, this thing is your smoking simulator. Right, so what is this? Basically, there's a suction here. So you put a cigarette here, and then this thing will suck the cigarette here, suck the smoke here, and then you will observe what's gonna happen. No, she's not Michael Jackson wannabe. She's just weird. She's one of those hippie, you know. You know, as hippie. One of those. Right. So, guys, draw a thermometer here. There's something missing here. Please draw a thermometer here. Okay. See, I can't draw a thermometer. Right. Yoko Ono singing. Yoko Ono singing. Yeah, go and search that. Okay. So, thermometer. Okay, I want you to pay attention to these three things. Three things. The thermometer, the cotton wool, and the litmus solution. Right, guys, let me ask you, after I smoke 10 cigarettes, what's gonna happen to the cotton? What's gonna happen to the cotton? Yes, it will turn black. Okay, turn brown, turn yellow, turn black. Okay, so why so guys, please put a star here. This is what they will ask in exam. So observation, the wool turns yellowish brown or black. Why? Inference is why. Why? Because your cigarette has tar. Okay, cigarette has tar, and it will turn your lungs like this. Okay, look like a burnt steak, isn't it? Right. Anyway, that's your tar. Next, the thermometer. Okay, what happens to this thermometer when you smoke? What happens to this thermometer when you smoke? What happens to the temperature? It will go, it will go up, right? Yes, because cigarette smoke is hot. So why does it increase? Okay, because cigarette smoke is hot. You might say, sir, cigarette smoke is hot, so what? So what? Because when you increase temperature of your lungs, you have less gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange, they like to be cool. If it's hot, then the gaseous exchange will be worse. The diffusion will be worse. Okay, cool, Next, what happens to this litmus solution? What is this, by the way? This thing is to test acidic and alkaline. Remember? Last year, when you learn acid and alkaline, you learn something like the universal indicator, you learn litmus solution, right? So what happens? It will turn from purple to red. What does it mean? That means your cigarette is acidic, right? So acidic, they will corrode your lungs, like I said just now. Like I said about the sulfur and the nitrogen just now. Okay, so they will corrode your lungs. So pay attention to these three observations. Pay attention to these three observations. This is what they are going to ask in the exam. So please put a star there. Which are your dad? I'm not old enough to be your dad. You see, I'm 32 this year. Wait, if I give birth to you at 17 lah, then yes, you'll be my kid. Wow, damn, that's how old I am. That's how old I am. Hey, guys, I don't look. Guys, I don't look 32, do I? I don't look 32, do I? Yeah, see, that's why. Okay, because most of my friends are at my age, they already turn to uncle. They are already, having big belly, drinking beer and things like that. I'm glad I keep myself fit because I don't want to look uncle, right? I want to look like a very hot grandpa even when I'm old. Okay, that's my life's goal. Right. Anyway, so remember the four characteristic I told you all just now. Remember the 4 characteristics about alveolus you learned last week? Your alveolus has 4 adaptation, 4 characteristics. Remember them? They are thin, 1 cell thick. They are moist. They have large surface area. They have a network of blood capillary. Remember? Remember? Guys, don't ever forget this. This is very important. Because now when we go to animals, yes, right, you are right. We are going to learn about animals right now. You might say, wow, sir, so difficult. We have to learn about animals. Okay, guys, this is very easy, I swear. Okay, let me ask you. Who uses moist outer skin to breathe? What animal uses their skin to breathe? Yes, frogs. Okay. What about gills? Yeah, amphibians, right? You want to say that? Okay, oxalotl too. What about gills? Insang. Okay, yes, fish. And what about tracheal system? You might say, hey, sir, is this trachea? Yes, it's trachea. You know who else has trachea? You know who else has trachea? Yes, insects. Okay, insects. Insects, they uses tracheal system because insects have trachea too. You okay, Shijen? Is your screen free already? Okay, so guys, very easy, very easy, Okay, frogs they use skin to breathe, right? Frogs they use skin to breathe, right? What makes their skin very good? What makes their skin very good? Their skin is thin. You see, same as us. Their skin is thin. Their skin is moist, and underneath their skin, there's a network of capillary. Isn't it the same as us? Right? You see, we have 4 characteristics, right? We have thin, moist, network of capillary. But one thing is missing here. What is missing? What is the last characteristic missing? Now, what is missing here? We have 4, right? But there's only 3 here. What's the one missing? Very good. Surface area. Oh, thank you, Jingy. Hi, Jingy. How are you? I always didn't see you there. Okay, luas permukaan. Okay, luas permukaan. You might say, sir, then why frogs? We don't write this point, eh? Because frogs they don't really have a big surface area because frogs are very small, their skin also very small. So if you want to write in exam, can lah, but it's not really wide, isn't it? A frog is not really that big, isn't it? Compared to our lungs lah. Compared to our lungs. Okay, our lungs is like 1 tennis court. Theirs is not even 1% of the tennis court. Right? So that's why we don't write this. Okay, next, frogs, fish. Okay, fish, they use gills to breathe. And please pay attention to this lamella. What is a lamella? Guys, have you seen gills before? Have you seen gills before? And if you zoom into gills, you will see tiny, tiny hair on it. The hair is the lamella. The hair is the lamella. Okay, I have a question here. Why do they need so many hair? Why do they need so many hair? It's the same concept as your intestine. Why do you need so many fingers inside? Okay. Yes, to do gaseous exchange. You're half correct, Aaron. To do gaseous exchange, this is to increase the. Why do they need so many? I have one, I also can absorb one. Right? This is to increase the total surface area. Right? The more hair I have, the more surface area I have. Right? It's like our intestine. You know the villus. Why do we have so many? Why not just make it smooth? Because when we have more hair, there's more gaseous exchange. Right? Right? So that's why you see for fish, they have a large surface area. And because of the lamella, you see? Because of the lamella. Right? What else? They are thin. The hair is very thin. What else? They have many blood capillaries because the whole gill is full of blood. Okay, so there's 3 here. What is missing here? Surface area, thin, blood capillary. One thing is missing here. Okay? Yeah, Shawi, very good. That's your moist. Something is missing here. You might say, sir, why can't we write moist here? Because fish, they are already in water. So fish is not moist, but fish is wet. So you see this point is kind of redundant. Of course, the fish is moist. It's constantly in the water. Yeah, it's common sense, exactly. Right, what about tracheal system? Okay, this is your insect. By the way, insects, they breathe using here. All the holes are here. And then it will go into the trachea and it will branch out to your tracheal. Okay, it will branch out to your tracheal. Tracheal is this. What is a tracheal, guys? You remember we have bronchus and bronchial. Remember? Eol means small. So what is tracheal? Tracheal means small trachea. Yes, smaller trachea. So it will directly go to the muscle. All right. So what about this tracheal system? Same thing again. They are thin. They are moist. They have large surface area. What is missing here? What is missing here? There's thin, moist, and surface area. One more thing missing. Yes, blood capillary. Blood capillaries. So why is there no blood capillaries here? Because you see, insects, they don't have blood, right? You don't believe me, huh? You see a cockroach, you whack it dead. Okay, you whack your cockroach dead, you don't see blood coming out. You will see some kind of liquid coming out. Some kind of, I don't know what's the color lah. Some kind of transparent fluid come out. That's not the blood, guys. That is not the blood. Insects, they have no blood. Okay, so really easy? Easy, guys. It's just the four characteristic over and over again. Thin, moist, surface area, blood capillary. Same like your alveolus. Same for the skin for frogs. Same for the gills for fish. Same for the tracheal system for insects. Easy? Easy, right? Easy, right? Okay, so let's move on. We have like 10 minutes left. Okay, let's talk about adaptation of respiratory system in different situations. Okay, guys, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Let's talk about some real life situations, shall we? Okay, what happens when you're at a different altitude? What happens when you're doing different sport activities and lifestyle? What happens if you have certain diseases? What's going to happen? Right, so let's talk about altitude first. What is altitude? What is altitude? You remember what is altitude? Yes, that's your height. Very good, Jingyi. Very good. So we learned this last year, right? When you're at a very high mountain, okay, your altitude is very high. Okay, you're at a high altitude. Okay, guys, this was in Form 2. Yes, wow, Kaiju, you remember. What happens to the air pressure around you when you're at a very high mountain? Let's say you go and climb Kinabalu or Himalaya. What happens to the pressure down there, up there? It's low, right? It's low, right? Compared to you being at a flat ground right now, pressure is very high. Okay, which brings a problem, you see. Okay, remember inhalation? Remember inhalation? When you're inhaling, pressure inside is low, pressure outside is high, isn't it? Right? Right? So if you're at a flat ground, you're like right now, I don't think you live on mountains, do you? Right, so like right now, right now around you, pressure is around 100 kPa, but you know what? That's not important. Pressure around you is around 100. So when you're breathing in, your air pressure inside might be just 50. So can 100 go into 50? Yes. Can you see the big pressure difference? Can you see the big pressure difference? 150. So this 100 will very quickly flow into your lungs, which makes breathing very easy. That's why right now you're breathing easily. Are you panting right now? No, right? Unless you are on a treadmill right now, then different story. But as you're sitting right now, you're not breathing heavily because it's very easy to breathe. But now let's say you climb to Himalaya, your surrounding air maybe will drop to 70. Still a difference. 70 and 50 still got difference. But now can you see the pressure now is much lower? So the air will go into your lungs much slower. So that's why you get less oxygen. Okay, guys, I have a question. Let's say now you're at a high mountain. There's less oxygen around you. What happens to your breathing? What happens to your heart rate? Anyone? What happens to your breathing rate? what happens to your heart rate? Does it go up or does it go down? Decrease. Why decrease? Decrease or increase? Okay, guys, I give you a hint. I give you a hint. There's less air going into your lungs right now. You have less oxygen now. You have less oxygen now. When your body has less oxygen, does the heart rate and breathing rate go up or down? Up or down? Up or down? Okay, put it this way, guys, when you are lagging oxygen, you will try to get more oxygen in, right? You try to breathe harder, right? So yes, Isaac, you're correct. So your rate of breathing and your heart rate will increase. You are trying to compensate for the lack of oxygen. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? If your okay, if you drive a slower car, you will step on the gas harder. You get what I'm trying to say here? Because you're lagging oxygen, you will make up for the lack of oxygen by breathing harder. That's why if you climb to a very high mountain, automatically you will increase your heartbeat, you will increase your breathing rate. Okay, and that's why, okay, guys, if today you go and climb Himalaya and if you're not a very fit person, let's say you're not a very fit person, you climb up there, even if you increase your heart rate and heartbeat and your breathing rate, you're still getting lack of oxygen, you'll be lightheaded. You'll feel very dizzy. That is what we call altitude sickness. Remember? We actually learned this last year. You know what is altitude sickness? When you climb too high at too short of a time, your body cannot get used to the lack of oxygen. So you start to feel sick. You start to feel lack of air. Remember? So that's why when you're at a high mountain, you will just breathe heavier and your heartbeat will just beat faster. Because you're trying to supply oxygen to your body. Because there's less oxygen now, right? Okay, guys, put it this way. You have less oxygen around you, you have to work harder. Right? Right? When you have less resources around you, you have to work harder. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? When you have less things around you, you have to work harder. Yes, exactly. You have less money, you have to work harder. So understand, Understand, Okay, case in point, you know what? You know Machu Picchu? Have you guys heard of Machu Picchu? If you ever want to go up there next time, this is one of the seven wonders of the world, right? Belongs to the Inca civilization. Okay, it's 2,000 meters above ground, right? I have a friend who has gone there. It's in Peru, by the way. To climb up there is already a challenge, and if you are up there, it's quite hard to breathe. Okay, yeah, I know it looks boring, but it's a civilization. Okay, and it's really pretty. Guys, you know what's the amazing thing? What's the amazing thing? This thing has been around for 3,000 years, and even after many earthquakes, the thing is still intact. You see, if you say, sir, this is boring, my friend said you can actually climb higher. I don't think this is boring. This is called Huayna Picchu. You can climb upper, you can climb higher. And there is something called the stairs of death. Do you think you have the balls to climb this? Right? I actually asked my friend, did you climb this? He said no. You know why? You see the stairs? You see the fucking stairs? Guys, before you climb this, okay, once you got to Machu Picchu and you want to go to Huayna Picchu, they will ask you to sign a contract. The contract will say, if you fall to your own death, they are not responsible for it. Okay, and you know what's the most awesome part? Guys, these stairs, they have no handle. You notice that? You are using your own body to climb up. One misstep, you are gone. You are freaking gone. Okay, close indefinitely, is it? This one I really don't know. Okay, so if you have the balls to climb this, Fear of heights, anyone? Fear of heights, anyone? My balls will shrink so hard, they will become raisins. Like, seriously. Exactly, Rui. I get what... Guys, you know the Sunway Lagoon hanging bridge? I already feel like dying there. You want me to go this? You know what? I'm just gonna die here. I will happily die here. You know what? I'm cool. Why not just stay home? Right? I know, I get it. This is very pretty and all, but it's not worth my death. Right? My balls will shrink. No, thank you. Okay, anyway, so let's go to the other end. Let's go to the other end. Now, if you're under ocean, if you're under the sea, what happens to the pressure? What happens to the pressure? The pressure will be high, right? The pressure will be high, right? So now, what happens to your breathing rate and your heart rate? Your heart rate will reduce. Your heart rate will reduce. This is why, guys, scuba diving needs a license. Do you know that? Scuba diving needs a license. If you want to be a scuba diver, you have to go for an exam because you need to know how to control your heartbeat. You need to know how to control your pressure, the oxygen tank. Because if you dive too quickly, the pressure is too big, your heart will stop working because the pressure is too big. So you have to slowly go down. That's why you need a license. You need a license for scuba diving. It's not like you just buy a tank and you just go in and you just go dive. You will die down there. Okay, so again, high altitude, less oxygen, your breathing and heart rate will increase. At the bottom, you have high pressure, so your heart rate will decrease. Oh, your father went diving. Wow, so cool. As in scuba diving. Where did he went diving? Where did he went diving? Okay, guys, anyway, what about sports? What about sports? This one, nothing much to say. When you're doing vigorous activity, let's say you're running, okay, you're running for your life, a dog is chasing you, so your breathing rate will increase. You just breathe faster. Why? Because you are doing more respiration. Your heart rate also increase because you need to transport more oxygen and glucose to your body cell and to transport more carbon dioxide away. You get what I'm trying to say here? So the harder you exercise, the harder you breathe. Okay, common sense law. But if you are very athletic, your lung capacity will be higher. You can inhale more air, exhale more air. Your intercostal muscle and your diaphragm, remember the two muscles, they are very, 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 very strong. Oh, Phuket ah, 不知道 Phuket lah. Okay, so you have more capillaries in your lungs, you have more alveoli. So guys, make yourself athletic. Okay, guys, you don't need to be very athletic, but at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. 150 minutes of exercise per week. Guys, I'm talking about vigorous exercise, not just walking your dog for 150 minutes per week. I mean, that works too, but if you want your heart and your lungs to function till you are 80, 150 minutes of exercise per week is recommended by the AHA, our American Health Association. Badminton, sure, can, as long as you are breathing. Why vigorous exercise need more oxygen? Because your muscles need more oxygen for respiration. You need more respiration to produce energy. Remember? Remember? So when you need more energy, you need more oxygen. When you need more oxygen, your heart rate will go faster. Your breathing will go faster. This is why you pant. This is why you gasp when you're exercising. Okay, Aaron, make sense? Make sense? That's why make yourself healthy, go and exercise 150 minutes per week. That means 30 minutes for 5 days per week. Okay, what? Okay, what? That means Monday to Friday you exercise 30 minutes lah, good enough. Guys, I go to the gym 6 days per week and it's 2 hours per session. I exercise 12 hours per week. If you say, well, sir, 10 minutes is already too much. Hiya, why so weak? You want to live longer or not? You want to live longer, go exercise. Exercise is an insurance for your life. Okay, go exercise. It's free, guys. Exercise is free. Okay. So anyway, I hope you learned something new today, guys. I am going to sign off here. Okay. So next week, please go home and do the exercise. Go home and do the exercise. Next week, I'll try my best to finish this chapter. Okay. You guys have any question? You guys have any question? Okay. If no, then I will see you next Thursday, guys. Have a good Thursday ahead. I will see you soon. Okay, so take care, guys. See you. Take care. Good night and bye bye. Bye bye.